Today's tutorial is going to be on Mullen, Verbascum, thapsus. And our lovely Jen is managing the video camera today. And what we have here, can you get a good picture? This is our first year Mullen. Mullen is a biennial plant. Biennial means it grows for 2 years. And the first year, what we have is this. It's kind of a rosette, that's what they call it. So it's just leaves that grow kind of in a circle or a spiral. These leaves are really, really fuzzy. Really, really fuzzy. That's one of their identifiers. I'm going to show you in a little bit a plant that's a look-alike that is, while it's medicinal, we don't use it because it's highly, highly toxic. So this one is Mullen, first year Mullen, and over here, when Jen's done showing you that, see these here are the second year Mullen, and this is the flowering stalk. This had flowers on it all summer long. The cool thing about this is it grows in a spiral, and it starts at the bottom. The flowers open up like this. So you can see how long this flowering stalk is. This took months to get from the flowers opening up down there to all the way up here. So where we're at right now is a pioneer plant haven. And a pioneer plant place is a place that's been devastated by something. It could be construction, it could be logging, it could be landslide, mudslide, you know, something like that. And you can see pretty obvious that it's been logged here. And so not only has it been logged, but they burn the slash piles. So we have piles here of slash that's been burnt that for me, we're kind of taking some of it to go into our hugelkultur guilds. So we're building little mini gardens all over my property. And what we have here, this has been, I would say, about 3 years since this place has been clear cut. And I can tell by, you know, the plants that have been growing here. And the pioneer plants are the first ones that come back to an area like this. And what they do is help to create more fertile ground. And the way they do that is, you know, seeds are dropped either by wind or by birds or brought over on the fur of, you know, deer and coyote and whatnot. And they're dropped on the ground, they start growing. And did you know that 80% of the plant's matter is underground? So when we look at how tall this is right here, that's pretty tall. I don't know, what is that, about 3.5, 4 feet tall, 3.5, something like that. And it's got about 3 feet underground in roots. In roots and in mycorrhiza that are growing within the roots or around the roots that are helping to pull nutrients from deep, deep, deep in the ground. They pull them up to the surface, and what these plants will do, they'll utilize the minerals and they'll hold them in their leaves, like these leaves here, and they'll hold them in these leaves here on the first year plant. And as these leaves die, they're going to drop to the surface and then decompose, and all those minerals are going to be able to be just released onto the surface of the ground, and they're what's called bioavailable for other plants that can't live in such stark environments, that need the extra nutrients to come in next. So basically these pioneer plants come in first, create some great fertility to the soil, and then give space for the other plants. And you can see here, we've got a little mini Doug fir. This area has been replanted, and if you really kind of look around, which, you know, you're not going to be able to see too much on the tutorial, you'll see at various intervals there's Doug fir. That's a monocrop. That's not a real forest, but you know, this is what we got. And in the meantime, what I like about places that have been devastated and are getting repopulated by the pioneer plants is it's a veritable plethora of herbal medicine. So when I'm looking around, I see sword fern, and I see, oh gosh, what else is here? Help me out.
Nettle?
Oh yeah, there's tons of nettles here, and there's the fireweed is here.
Pearly everlasting.
Yeah, pearly everlasting, that's the name I was trying to get. We have burdock here too. I'm going to show you burdock in the next tutorial, which is a look-alike to our mullein here. And I see dock over there. There's just so much medicine here available for us to come and harvest. So I want to talk a little bit about the medicine of the mullein here. Mullein is used as a bronchial dilator. So what that means is we take the mullein in whatever form. We can dry the leaves and drink it as tea. We can tincture it. We can make an elixir, which is half honey, half alcohol. We can just make it straight up honey. What else can we do with it? Smoke it, roll it up and smoke it, and it opens up our bronchial tubes. And why that's a good thing, if somebody has asthma, like I had asthma, childhood asthma up until I was 12. And so what would happen is I could breathe in, and then when I had an asthma attack, my bronchial tubes would close. They would just basically get inflamed and close up, and I couldn't breathe out. So I had many trips to the hospital, and they didn't have the nebulizers back then because, well, I'm an old lady. And so there was a lot of drama in my life when I was a little kid, because you know there was all so many times when I couldn't breathe, and my mom didn't know about Mullen. But now you're going to know about Mullen. So if you have somebody who has childhood asthma, maybe one of your kids or a niece or nephew, grandkid, or you have asthma yourself, and as an adult you can use this plant. Really the best way to get it in you is as a tea. Drink the tea. Although that takes a little while to work in your system because it has to run through your digestive system. So if somebody is having an asthma attack and needs the medicine right now, the tincture is really going to be the best for an acute attack like that. And a tincture is made with just alcohol. And with a tincture, you're going to get just the medicine of the plant. Now, if you made an elixir, which I mentioned earlier, which is half alcohol, half honey, you're going to get all of the medicine. You're going to get all the nutrition as well. So that's your extra bonus. And you could take those, and because of the alcohol and because of the honey too, the honey goes into your bloodstream so fast and it gets to work right away. So the alcohol gets in your bloodstream really fast too. And I've seen it work just phenomenally. So, you know, at this time of year, we're not going to be harvesting. You know, if you notice here, when I was kind of pulling at the leaves, they break really easy. We've had some pretty good frosts and cold snaps, so this is not optimum time at all to get anything in good medicine. So what we want to do is wait till spring to harvest this, and new leaves are going to be coming up. What's going to be happening with these first year plants is they're going to send up a flowering stalk that looks like this. So we can use the leaves of the flowering stalk, you know, when they're viable, and that's a good thing to harvest there. Also, what's been happening, I don't know if I can, oh yeah, here, why don't you come up close. I go like this, and can you see all those little dots? Is that picking up? Those are seeds. Yay! So every time the wind comes or someone goes past them, we're just distributing those seeds around. They're going to start germinating pretty soon because we have a pretty early spring here in the Pacific Northwest, and it's going to make these little rosettes like this. So we're going to come back here with the apprentices and harvest a bunch of this mullein. Really good for breathe easy formula, you know, if you're trying to create a formula for coughs and colds and flu symptoms, that sort of thing. Also allergies, mullein is a good addition to something like that. So can we use the flowers at all? Well, people tend to use the flowers as a sedative and also to kind of get your lungs conditioned and healthy, so that when allergies start coming, or cough and flu season comes, then you're more prepared. Your body is more prepared, stronger to be able to withstand it. So what we do, we just kind of pick these little, they're beautiful yellow flowers that come up, and as they open up, we're just going to pick them and we're going to soak them in wine. We're just going to put them in a jar, cover them with wine, pick some more flowers, put them in the same jar, cover them with more wine, and it's probably going to take our whole summer to get that, you know, to get a nice jar full, and let that sit for a few weeks and strain it out. And we can use that as an aperitif, or you know, just a little bit every day over a long period of time, and we'll just start to notice how much stronger our lungs have become and how we can withstand the viruses that are coming